You did?
Love you guys.
Okay.
We didn't write them down.
That's right. Then you're leaving just in time not to get offended. Boy, they timed that one right. Now this story
I don't know.
is originally told in Gaelic, or Gaelish, half English, half Irish.
Joe, you can be
So you'll understand how the story is as I go. You'll figure it out because I'm familiar with those terms. There are no dirty words in the story. I better take the echo off. That's what I wanted to do. Check. That's got echo, doesn't it? That's much more gooder.
Put your boys away.
Much more gooder. So this is not a story. The Peel o' Triggs is a love story, and it's called in Ireland. It's called the Peel o' Triggs. Peel o' Triggs and the Warnie Hulf. Well, they call him a Warnie Hulf because he's got a big duck and fick on him like that. Okay. And he doesn't want to peat the little eggs. He wants to puck the figs. He's what they call a fig pucker. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Now, the piddle eggs, they don't like getting bucked up the thumb. Because, well, you don't have to be a socket scientist to realize. You take a Delvinge twig, you shove up a little berry hum, it's going to flirt like a hucker, okay? Now, our purse little fig, who's our purse little fig?
Ken.
Well, Pen the Kig. Where's Pen the Kig?
Come on,
Stand up, Ken.
Okay, now Pen the Kig, according to the story, he was a bit of a thumb ducker. He used to poke too much smart. He had Brit for Shanes, if you know what I'm talking about. But he was smart enough to know he didn't like getting a pick up his thumb. So he said, who's the farmer? Oh, we got Fo the Jarmer. Joe the farmer. Fo the Jarmer here. So Pen the Kig, is it Ken? Is that what you said?
Ken.
Pen the Kig, he went up to Joe the farmer. Well, he was joking a smoint one day, okay. Pen the Kig was joking a smoint. He said, you know, I hate it when the Warnie Hulf shoves his pick up my dumb. Because it flirts like a hawker, everybody knows that, right? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm not knowing from personal experience, it's just logical. And what do you do with that thing? You're not going to pick it up my stump, are you? Anyway, so Pen the Kig went to, he was joking a smoint, and he said, you know what, I'm going to hild myself a bouse. You know what, I'm going to build a strucker out of fa. I'm going to build a ha Strauss. That way the Warnie Hulf won't shove his pot up my rooper. So he goes over to Fo the Jarmer, and he says, Jay ho, gals at home. He says, Giddy Prit. He says, can I stry some ba off you? He says, why do you want to stry some ba off me? He says, I want to hild the bow so the Warnie Hulf won't ooh me up the scrass. And he says, have you got a pilding permit for that? A pilding permit? He says, it's a Terry fail. He said, it's not Brucken fighting. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, he gives him a Strode of law and he builds a nice Strauss of ha. And Pen the Kig was in his Strauss of ha, joking a smoint. And that shows you what a thumb ducker is. You do not joke a smoint in a ha Strauss. Because you could firm the pucker down, right? I'm not using any wordy dirts here. If you think you hear a wordy dirt, you look it up in the Duck and Fictionary, okay? This is Gaelish. So anyway, he's joking his smoint, he hears a dock at the door. He said, piddle-lig, to open up the oar. He said, there's no walking fay, you're going to flew me on the scroar. He said, if you don't open the oar, he said, I'll fold the blucker down. He said, you can't fold the blucker down. The strucker's made of fa. Well, he flew the blucker down.
Down over there.
He flew the blocker down, and he pooed that little squeak. And that piddle-lig, he peeled like a squeak, I can tell you that. He was into the Operation Preach for a week and a half there. Now, who's our pecking little sig?
David.
Now, Pave it the Dig. Who's Pave the Dig? There's Pave the Dig. Now, he wasn't a thumb ducker. I mean, he wasn't a socket scientist, but, you know, he went to Sky Hole, okay? And he said, I don't like getting oohed up the scrass either. Because he's only got a little berry hum, right? Have you never seen a piddle-lig's berry hum? It's about that far from his berry halls. Okay. Just say, have you never seen a piddle-lig's berry halls? No? It's about that far from his little dairy hick. Anyway. So, Pave the Dig, he was sitting, he didn't poke smart. He used to court snoke. He was a snoke courter. And it was expensive because he's a puck and fig, right? He's got his business. He's got these big knuckin' fosterals on. And he could get a keg of boke. Hey, it's gone. I'm just saying. So he was there courting some snoke one day, and he says, you know, I hate it when the warning hoof boos me up the scrum. Because he's got a Delvin's Twick. I was telling you that, man. Anyway, he said, but I'm not going to build myself a Strauss of Ha, because that's what a thumb-ducker would do. Sorry, Ken. I'm going to build myself a Strauss of Hicks. So he sees Fo the Jarmer. He says, J-ho. He says, can I sty some Vicks off you? He says, what do you want the stuck and fix for? He said, I'm going to hild myself a bows. He said, you got a building permit for that? It's a Terry Vale, not Brucken fighting. I told you that. So anyways, he built himself a nice Strauss of Hicks. He was sitting there courting some snoke, and he hears a dock at the door. Piddle-ig, let me kin. He says, you're not going to chum on my kin. He said, if you don't open the oar, he says, I'll foe the blucker down. You can't foe the blucker down, the stucker's made a fix. He flew the blucker down, and he grabbed that piddle-ig by the turley kale, and he hewed him up the grass. That's all I can say. And he peeled like a squeak. And I tell you, he had to bore something. He took that keg of boke and he upped it on his rass. That's how bad it was, I'm telling you. Now, who's our third little...
Ron.
Pawn the rig. Who's Pawn the rig? Oh, there's Pawn the rig now. Pawn the rig, he was what they called a fart smucker. I mean, he went to University. He was an engineer. He was a part smink. That's all I can say. He's a smart puckin' fig. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to hild myself a bouse. I'm not going to build a strucker out of fall like my other brother Pen the Kig. And he said, I'm not going to build a Strauss of Hicks like Pave the Dig. Is his name Pave the Dig? I can't remember.
David.
Yeah, that's Pave the Dig, yes. Yeah, he was a Smith barter, but he did too much toke. And so, who's the last guy?
Ron.
Ron. Pawn the rig. This is hard to do. I mean, not that you would think. It looks easy, doesn't it? Now, Pawn the rig, he being the first marker he was, he says, I'm not going to build a Strauss of Hicks or a Strauss of Ha. I'm going to build a Brucker out of Fix. I'm going to build myself a Hick Browse. And so he did. He went to Fo the Jarmer. He says, can I bry some Bicks off you? And he said, I know you want to hild a bouse. So the warning hoof won't shove his pot up your rooper. He says, here's all the Brucken Fix you can have. Okay. So Pawn the rig, he built himself a nice Hick Browse. He put a tot hub in the corner. but it wasn't wool of fodder. No, it was mull of fud. He's a puckin' fig, right? So he's sitting there, and he didn't poke smart, he didn't coke snort, he was an alcoholic, okay? He used to drink Lure's Kite, that's what he used to drink. So Pawn the rig was in his tot hub, drinking a Lure's Kite, and he hears a dock at the door. He says, piddle-ig, to open up the oar. Now Pawn the rig, he hasn't linbayed in a while. He hasn't said hex in a tongue line, but he said, fuck the walk. He dopens the oar, he ends bover, gets ood up the scrass, and they live happily ever after.